Here with senior Kirk Kaliszewski to preview the 2017-18 Concordia wrestling season. Of course, the program's coming off another GPAC championship season and placed 15th as a team at the national championships. You came to this program maybe a little bit of not sure who was going to be the coach right away when you transferred in. What went through your mind when you found out that there was a coaching change kind of after school had started last year?
It didn't really affect me at all because I was new. I remember asking some of the returners what they thought about it, and I guess they kind of felt the same way. Maybe some of the seniors would have heard about it, but coming in as a transfer, it wasn't that big of a deal, and we ended up liking Nicola, so it all worked out.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, obviously, like you said, it was going to be something new for you, no matter who the coach was. But maybe you can expand a little bit more. How smooth was it, kind of adjusting to the demands of Coach Nicola and Coach Calhoun?
Well, yeah. Well, Calhoun was actually head coach or whatever for a little bit. So we got used to Calhoun, and then we got Nicola. So, it was a little bit different because Nicola's preseason this year was totally different than Calhoun's. And so we're still warming up to him, honestly. And then, I like Calhoun. I like what he put us through, getting Nicola in. Nicola was ready to go. I think we were still focused the whole time on what we wanted to do. I think he got here right before season started, the day of our first practice. So it was just throwing him in there and then us warming up to him. And then eventually we got the ball rolling, and we saw that with our GPAC duels and later down the road how we performed.
Now, you're not the first wrestler to come from Palomar College to Concordia. What did you learn from some of the others who had made that switch about what you're getting into here?
Yeah, so I remember Emilio came here I think 2013, 2014, and I remember I talked to him and I was like, Seward, Nebraska, that's kind of he was yeah, it's 20 miles away from Lincoln. And so that was the first time I ever heard about it. And then my teammate Junior, the GA, came here, and so I talked to him about it. And then he just got me on board. I didn't even really look at the campus or anything. He just said, "Hey, we want you," and I came out here, took his word for it.
Well, it was certainly a good first season on the mat. How gratifying was it, though, from a team perspective to kind of come in here and continue that tradition of winning GPAC championships?
Yeah, it was super satisfying. I would say one of the best feelings you get from wrestling is, was winning that GPAC title and continuing that tradition and continuing it this year and the next year and after that. So that's something that's really cool, and I'm really proud of that we continued last year.
And you yourself also at 165 pounds won the GPAC tournament. How did your first season here kind of meet the expectations that you had?
So I wasn't really sure what to expect, but now I got some expectations, and I expect us to be GPAC champs again. Last year, I just expected to work hard, pretty much, And so coming in, I wasn't really sure what was going to happen. I just knew I wanted to work hard and I wanted to win. And at the end of the season, I ended up winning a GPAC championship, which was super cool. And then we did it in at Doane, which isn't that far away, so everyone got to see me wrestle too. And my family watched it online, so that was cool too. Something for them to be proud of.
You've been a part of wrestling teams in high school and at your previous college. How did you compare this one to those in terms of just the camaraderie and togetherness that you guys have?
Well, I mean, I love it here. Like when I was in high school, we set up mats in the gym every day, and then Palomar, we had a tiny hot room. Here we have like nice facilities. The team got way closer during tournaments and stuff as we traveled with each other, and that was cool. You know, we spent a lot of time with each other. So I definitely like it the most here, like personally.
And after you won that GPAC tournament title, you moved on to nationals, and you did pick up a win there. What did you take away from that experience that's going to help you this season?
It was my first national tournament, so I got exposed to that. I know how to get there. I'm going to know the guys I'm wrestling, and really anybody can place, you know, anybody can slip in. You just have to go there, show up, wrestle tough, and, you know, some people, you know, are looking forward to spring break the next week, and, you know, that's not my focus. I'm going to be at the tournament, I'm going to be ready, got some experience, and I'm looking to place this year.
Now, last season's senior class certainly accomplished a lot here. Guys like Saran and Ken Burkhardt Jr., Dimitri Smith, Cody Cole, and the list goes on.
Yeah.
But what did you take away from some of those guys, just seeing the way that they prepared and went about things?
So I live with Cody Cole and Dimitri Miller, Smith, and so they showed me a lot about hard work when they were coming in all the time and just getting extra workouts in. They showed me a lot about the culture, and I really appreciate that. And you know, Ken was just a machine on the mat. It's hard to really learn anything from him. You see him go out there and dominate, and it's really inspiring just to see that. Like, he had a killer season, you know. And then Saran was in a national championship, so you know, it's totally possible to be from Concordia and be in a national championship. You know, they have a lot of inspiration for us, like coming up and continuing the traditions.
You already mentioned wanting to place at the national tournament, but as an individual and a team, what do you think would make this a successful year in your mind?
I mean, everyone measures success like differently. For me, it would just be achieving my goals, would be successful. Like, you know, I want our team to win GPAC. Like, that's definitely a given. We want to win the GPAC tournament, and we want to be top 10 at the national tournament. So, I mean, meeting those goals are, you know, they're up here, but just every tournament we're going to have goals, and I just want to see us win. And if we have problems, we're fixing them, and the next tournament we're dominating. So I want, you know, when someone's like, oh, I got a Concordia kid, like, they're gonna know, like, we've been working hard, and they're not gonna want to wrestle us, you know. That's like my expectation at tournaments.
All right, we'll move on to the short answer, quick questions here.
Okay.
Who's the teammate that makes you laugh the most?
Makes me laugh the most?
Or funniest teammate?
Probably Chris Kimball. He's a goofball. Or Dimitri's pretty funny too. He always makes me laugh. I guess the goofiness though just keeps us lax, like not so serious at times, like whatever, like comments, like showing your nipples to the cameras, stuff like that.
What's your the favorite class that you've had at Concordia?
My favorite class? I'd say I do like my my PR class and my media relations. I like co-prints a lot. I also like language, so maybe they're tied. They have interesting content sometimes, stuff I like to read into myself.
Well, wrestlers obviously have to be particular about what they eat, but if you have a cheat day, what are you having?
Probably like the big pack of Reese's from Walmart. I'll just kill that like right away.
What do you miss most about your hometown of Ramona, California? Was that right?
Yeah.
What do you miss most about it when you're
Mexican food. Definitely. Just chow on a burrito anytime.
And I think on your bio you said you've been surfing. Have you ever seen a shark surfing?
One time, we went. I used to go like before school, so it was like 6 a.m. And I just see a fin come out the water. It must have been like this big, and I put my arms and feet like up, and I was like trying to push myself into a wave, and I was like, it was like crystal clear glass, and like it's La Jolla, so there's definitely great whites there. And I went in and I sat in the sand for about an hour, didn't go back in.
Well, you said you missed the Mexican food. Maybe this will be an easy question. Which of these things was most difficult to adjust to in Nebraska? The weather, the food, or classes?
Probably the food, because I would always go over to my sister's house. She just makes bomb meals.
Who's a famous athlete or celebrity you'd like to meet?
A famous athlete or celebrity? Not really any celebrities, but I mean, I like wrestling, so I mean, my favorite wrestler right now, I like Gilman a lot. I guess I would like to meet him.
How about a favorite pro sports team or individual that you really rooted hard for growing up?
When I was younger, I just remember Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, so I guess like probably one of those, Randy Johnson or Mark McGuire or Tony Gwynn. Love those guys while growing up.
Well, Halloween's coming up, so I'm asking, what scares you more, snakes or spiders?
Snakes for sure. Spiders I get over. Snakes, like sometimes when you're hiking, you don't see them, and they just makes, scariest thing.
Is there an embarrassing Halloween costume you remember having to wear as a kid, or maybe something?
Probably not having to, but in 6th grade we dressed up as girls because we thought it would be funny, and we painted our nails and everything.
Last movie you saw?
It.
Yeah. Favorite superhero?
Let's see. The Hulk, I guess. Definitely gotta be the Hulk, because they call me Kirk Smash.
And this is the last one. You can go on a vacation anywhere in the world, all expenses paid for. Where are you going?
Probably go home. Back to San Diego. I love it there. Love my family.